So, good day everyone, my name is Diogen Jabol from BSEE3A and this is my answer of our exam in ethics. So the first question is, should same-sex union be made illegal in our nation so that the LGBT community can have the freedom to be with whoever they choose to love? Justify your moral judgment of this matter. The question of whether or not same-sex union should be legalized is a complex one, with moral, ethical, and legal implications. On the one hand, there are also strong arguments to be made in favor of legalization, based on the principles of equality, freedom, and human rights. On the other hand, there are also strong arguments to be made against legalization based on the religious beliefs, traditional values, and the potential impact on the children. So let's talk about the arguments in favor of legalization. So the first is equality. All people should be treated equally under the law, regardless of their sexual orientation. Same-sex couples should have the same right and privilege as the opposite-sex couples, including the right to marry and adopt children. The second is freedom. People should be free to love and marry whoever they choose. This is the basic human right and it should not be denied to same-sex couples. And the last is human rights. Same-sex couples and their families deserve the same protections and recognitions as the opposite-sex couples and their families. This includes the right to marry, adopt children, and inherit property. So let's talk about arguments against legalization. So first is religious beliefs. Some people believe that same-sex unions are morally wrong based on their religious beliefs. However, no one should be forced to participate in same-sex marriage and religious freedom should be protected. The second is traditional values. Some people believe that marriage should be between a man and a woman based on traditional values. However, traditional values change over time and society has evolved to become more exclusive of all people. So last is potential impact on the children. Some people worry that legalizing same-sex unions will have a negative impact on children. However, research have shown that children raised by same-sex couples are just healthy and well-adjusted as the children raised by opposite-sex couples. So my moral judgment of this topic is, some people believe that same-sex marriage or union is morally wrong based on their religious beliefs or tradition values. They may believe that marriage should be between a man and a woman, or that the traditional family structure is best for children. Others may oppose same-sex marriage or union on the grounds that it could lead to a decline in traditional values, or that it could set a precedent for traditional forms of marriage. But for my own opinion, I don't support same-sex union. Yes, we respect their decisions about same-sex marriage and they have the right to choose who they can marry. So the second question is, abortion is one of the social issues in the West. Pro-abortion advocates asserts that it is my body and I have the right to do whatever I want without outside influence. Should abortion be legalized in our country? Defend your moral stance on this social issue. Whether or not abortion should be legalized is a complex moral issue with no easy answers. There are strong arguments on both sides of the debate. Pro-abortion advocates argue that women have the right to control their own bodies and make their own decisions about their reproductive health. They also argue that abortion is a safe and legal medical procedure that should be accessible to all women. Anti-abortion advocates argue that abortion is morally wrong and that it takes the life of a human being. They also argue that abortion can have the negative physical and emotional consequences for women. These are the following factors should be considered when deciding whether or not to legalize abortion. So the first is the rights of the women. Women have the right to control their own bodies and make their own decisions about their reproductive health. The second is the right of the fetus. Fetuses are human beings too, and they have the right to life. Third is the potential impact on the society. Legalizing abortion could lead to a decrease in the birth rate, or it could lead to an increase in the number of unwanted children. I believe that the right of the woman should be given the most weight when considering whether or not to legalize abortion. But for me, abortion should not be legalized because it is morally wrong. Abortion takes the life of a human being, and many people believe that this is morally wrong. They also argue that fetus have a right to life, and that abortion is also called a murder. It can be harmful to society. Legalizing abortion could lead to a decrease in the birth rate and increase in the number of unwanted children. It could also send the message that abortion is an acceptable solution to unplanned pregnancies, which could lead to an increase in the number of abortions. I understand that there are some cases where abortion may be necessary. For example, when the mother's life is in danger, or when the pregnancy is the result of rape or incest. However, I believe that these cases should be exception rather than the rule. I believe that we could focus on preventing unwanted pregnancies in the first place. This can be done through education, contraceptions, and by supporting families. We should also focus on providing support to women who do have unplanned pregnancies. This support can help women to make informed decisions about their pregnancies and to avoid negative consequences of abortions. And I also believe that abortion is the serious issue and that it should not be taken lightly. We should all work to create a society where women are supported and where all children are valued. So that's all. Thank you. Peace out.